Hey guys, what's up? Today I got an Ubers match, and this one is taken with the same team that I used before, and is actually previous to the battle I had that I uploaded on PMP. I really didn't want to upload this one. I didn't want to sort of hurt the guy's feelings because his team is really shit, and he played pretty badly as well. He did tell me that it is his first Ubers match ever, but it's like some of the stuff he did was I really don't know, but I have it, and I figured I'd upload it because why not? I did ask a couple days ago, and a couple of people were like, "Oh, go ahead and upload it." So yeah, this is against ElGuapoSkillz, and yeah, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna lead with Zorark just because he's a good lead. This guy's got his flag on. Because he'll probably be wanting to lead with Kyogre and want to stay in an Ice Beam, and I can switch out to Magneton to predict that, or if he leads with Darkrai, I can switch out to Primeape. If he leads with pretty much anything, it's kind of covered. It's a good sort of all-purpose, although it's really not that strong. I've been finding it's doing a lot less damage. Like here, for example, I mean this is the Lugia, but like it stabs super effective Life Orb, and that does nowhere near half. He's gonna Dragon Tail me though, expecting it to be Flygon, I guess, which it's not, but it is still gonna shuffle me out into my Magneton, which is actually great because these things usually have like Ice Beam, Dragon Tail, Toxic, Recover, or a Screen. And there's really nothing he can do to me, although this is right after I took Toxic off this Magneton, figuring I'm not going to face stalling pokes and Ubers with this team, and of course now I am. So I'm going to go with the Discharge. He switches to Darkrai, I'm like, please Paralyze, and it doesn't. But I'm going to go to Primeape knowing that he's going to want a Dark Void, and that's exactly what happens, and it does nothing. So I'm going to U-turn out now, expecting him to want to switch out to either his Mewtwo or his Lugia. I really don't want to be locked into close combat against the Lugia or Mewtwo, really, to be honest. But I'm going to switch out to Sableye. I do see the leftovers, so I'm like, alright, so he's probably going to be like some sort of bulky Screen set or Calm Mind set. So I'm going to go with the Taunt, and he does indeed try to Calm Mind, and that doesn't work out. Now I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, figuring that he can't hit me with his Stab, Psystrike, and Aura Sphere can't really do much, and I figure he'd probably have Thunder because it's on a rain team, and that doesn't have a good chance to hit because he doesn't get his rain up yet. So I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp because I'm confident that even an Ice Beam won't really kill me. It'll do probably a lot, but because he's leftovers, it's not got that ridiculous power to it. But he's going to go into his Kyogre to set up the rain as I burn him. I'm going to go with the Sub just to see what item he has. He's actually leftovers, and I'm like, alright, leftovers with Water Spout, that's kind of odd, but I don't know. Now he's going to switch out to his Omastar. I don't really get that, but okay. As I go to my Ludicolo, because I know I can take a leftovers Water Spout, even though it's in the rain and he's almost full HP. Don't really care, because I quad resist it. I'm going to go with a Substitute here, because he has some weird sort of protect set. I'm like, okay, is he like Toxic Stalling or something? I don't really know, but the other weird thing is I'm actually faster, so I'm like, okay, he's either doesn't have Swift Swim or he doesn't have max speed. I know my base speed is higher, but I'm pretty far from max speed. But yeah, he sets up Stealth Rocks, and I'm just like, okay, that sort of is weird. I'm guessing the last move is Toxic Spikes, just to take advantage of stalling, or maybe Toxic, or it could be Spikes. I really don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and kill him with a Grass Knot. He does seem kind of light, but it's, you know what, Quad Weak and Stab and all that great stuff. So now he goes into Lugia. I'm going to Leech Seed him because Scald's really not going to do too much. Even though it is in the rain, it's still going to do a nice amount, but might as well get a Leech Seed up now. I also figure he can't really do too much because he has Dragon Tail. He won't have Whirlwind most likely. So he can't really do anything against my Substitute, so might as well just sit in here and basically stall him out. He shows me Recover. I expected him to have it, but I'm like, whatever, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go for the Scald, and he's going to Dragon Tail me. It's not even going to break the sub, so that's perfect because, yeah, basically he can't do anything. And I'm just content to PP stall his Recover. I know it'll take a long-ass time, but I don't really have anything for a Lugia other than, like, stalling. But he goes for Fly! Like, I'm like, what? Fly? What? Yeah, I'm like, I don't really need to switch out because I got a sub and Leech Seed and stuff, so it's like, whatever. And I know I'm faster, so I can get up a sub up next turn, so he can't even, like, Toxic me or anything like that. and that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I figure, yeah, just gonna stay in. Gonna go with the Scald because I know if he wants to fly again, then he's gonna be taking a lot of damage, and he's gonna die to Lychee. But if he wants a Dragon Tail, not a big deal. And if he wants to recover, then I have a chance of killing him with Scald. Plus, I can always get the burn. Here again, because his Mewtwo is leftovers, I'm gonna go ahead and stay in and go for the Lychee. He goes for Psyshock. This is like the weirdest thing I've ever seen, because Mewtwo has a 100% better option than Psyshock. It's Psystrike, 20 base power higher, same everything else. It's like, there's no reason to have Psyshock. Although I might have more PP, probably 15 versus 10. It still doesn't matter. I really don't get that. But I'm gonna go to Sableye because like he's probably not gonna be able to hit me very hard, and I'm just gonna taunt. He's gonna go into his Darkrai, and that taunt is gonna, you know, stop him from using Dark Void, as I figured. And now he's going to switch back out, and he's going to go into his Ludicolo as I burn. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, now it's about to get serious, because this is probably a special-based, you know, Rain Sweeper. So I'm like, alright, let's go to my Ludicolo. It is a great counter, although he could have the Giga Drain still and kind of ruin me. But he Swords Dances, and I'm like, why would you switch out from a Darkrai into a physical Ludicolo when you know my only, like, damage option is Will-O-Wisp, and I would go for it? But, you know, I really don't understand that move. But I'm just going to go for the substitute, knowing that he's probably going to A, Swords Dance, or B, not really be able to do too much damage, even if he goes for Seed Bomb, because he's burned and stuff. I'm just going to go for Grass Knot, because obviously Scald is quad resistant. Even in the rain, it's going to do nowhere close to as much damage as a Grass Knot. He's going to go for Drain Punch, which is probably his... not best option. I mean, Seed Bomb's still 120 base power, but it's like Drain Punch gives him a little bit of recovery, but it really doesn't give him that much, so it's like, yeah. I'm going to go to Sableye because he's probably going to Drain Punch again, and even if he Grass Knots, he's burned, although +4, and Sableye is physically defensive, so I can probably take that, but, you know, Drain Punch is pretty obvious. So now I'm going to substitute because I figure he'll want to do Seed Bomb or Waterfall, most likely Waterfall because it's in the rain, etc. And I can just kill him with his own Life Orb and burn damage and not be too terribly worried about that. So down goes his Ludicolo, which also notice my Ludicolo was faster, and I'm not even max speed, so I'm like, there's no way he has Swift Swim. Like, I don't know why you'd have a physical Ludicolo with Swords Dance without max speed. So he's like, he doesn't have Swift Swim, and I'm like, that makes no sense. And he didn't have Rain Dish, so I'm like, does Ludicolo even have a third ability, or maybe he was Swift Swim and had not max speed? I really don't know. Like that at this point I was just like expecting really weird shit. But yeah, so Kyogre's in here and Ludicolo's in here. I'm gonna go for the Grass Knot over the Lychee because I know I want to weaken his health a lot to where his Water Spell's not gonna do too much. Because he told me he missabbed this and it has Waterfall, Substitute, Dark Void, and that's it. I'm like, what? Like, what? That's what? So yeah, knowing that his his Water Spout, I'm gonna say Waterfall, is doing like less than Lefty's recovery, I'm just gonna go for Leech Seed, and knowing that he doesn't have like Ice Beam or Thunder or anything like that, I'm really not worried. And Lugi's gonna come in, I'm gonna gain a bunch of health, and I'm just gonna go with Scald, knowing that at this point it will kill him, and that's exactly what happens. Yeah, Mewtwo's gonna come back in. And at this point I'm going to switch out because I'm thinking he's going to go for the Psyshock again, which to be honest when I first saw it I'm like, did I see that wrong? I'm like, no, not Psystrike, come on, no one's going to use Psyshock on a Mewtwo, but yeah, he did. And he's going to go for Focus Blast. I'm like, dude, what? Like, Aura Sphere right now, please. Like, I literally told him at this point, I'm like, okay, dude, Aura Sphere is way better than Focus Blast. Like, it's weaker, but it's like, doesn't miss. Like, it doesn't even, it's not even like just 100 actually, it doesn't miss. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Primeape and I'm going to U-turn, go back to my Sableye because both Psyshock and Focus Blast are immune, and he goes for Psystrike now, and I'm like, why do you have both? What? Like, what? Like, Ice Beam, Thunder? I really don't know. See, if anyone who's actually like didn't like my PMP video because my opponent was too bad and therefore I should have lost and therefore the battle wasn't good, even though PMP is about narrations, so it's like they should comment on the narration. Really should look at this, but I doubt anyone's going to see it because they probably don't care. But yeah, this is definitely something. It's like, Wow. I think every single one of his Pokemon had like a garbage set. His Lugia, I asked him about Fly. I'm like, why don't you have Aeroblast? He's like, oh, that's supposed to be Dragon Dance. And I'm like, first of all, Lugia doesn't get Dragon Dance. Second of all, why do you have Dragon Dance with Dragon Tail? That's like, that's also stupid. Like, wow, that's just super special. So again, like I mean, like I said at the beginning, I mean no real like disrespect. It's just this guy's choices are incredibly. He did tell me flat out that it was his first Ubers battle, but like this many mistakes. I mean, have you never even seen an Ubers match? I guess or something. I really don't know. Now it's about to get really special because he's gonna sit in his Darkrai, who for some reason has a Lumberry. He's gonna go for Nasty Plot, which is great because you know that's a good move on Darkrai. Another thing too is before the battle started, he actually asked me if Dark Void was banned, and I'm like, why would Dark Void be banned? I mean, Darkrai, that's like Darkrai's signature move. Why would it be banned, but Darkrai is allowed? I'm like, that makes no sense. He's gonna go for Nasty Plot again, and I'm like, Dark Pulse isn't gonna do too much. I mean, it's gonna do quite a lot, but it's like whatever. And Focus Blast won't do anything either. But I'm gonna taunt him anyways. I'm gonna switch up to Primate because I'm like, I don't really care. I'm like, I don't want to sit in with Sableye and stall him anymore. But he's gonna go for the Dream Eater. I'm just like, okay, dude, flat out, that is a stupid move. No one is gonna stay in on a Darkrai when they get put to sleep by Dark Void to let them get hit with a Dream Eater of all things. Like, no one's gonna be set up fodder, but it's like no one's gonna stay in it, and you can't hit that Dream Eater anyways. So it's like, that's just a stupid move. Plus, it's not even a staff, so it's like, what? Now I'm going to go to Ludicolo because I know he can outspeed everything on his team, which is kind of sad. He's going to go to Mewtwo, and I'm going to get a crit on the Scald, which probably mattered, but you know what? I think you can tell from the rest of the battle that really didn't change the outcome at all. So, there's the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed. Kind of, yeah, definitely not the best opponent in the world. Probably one of the worst, to be completely honest. So yeah, go ahead and tell me how much you like this battle or don't, whatever, and I'll see you all tomorrow.